Hey golf fans, this is early 1981 and welcome back to the Golf Club 2019. Today we are into episode 3 of Meet the Designer and I am absolutely delighted to be attracting the quality of designers we've had so far, and this guy comes in very high regard, and we are going to be playing and reviewing with SindreRev today. He's a talented Norwegian designer. I first came across his work with Hell's Ridge that we did feature on the channel. But welcome to the channel, SindreRev, and thanks very much for taking the time to do Meet the Designer with us.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
No, it's an absolute pleasure. So do you want to tell us a bit about your course that we are reviewing today?
Yeah, sure. This is the CC Championship course I made for the TGC Championship Design Challenge, I would say. So this is the first time anyone's playing this course because it's just published. So
it's an exclusive.
Yes, it's an exclusive.
Brilliant,
this is the debut. Gonna be nice.
So guys, as you can see, fairways are soft, greens are firm, green speed is fast. We've left everything to default. There is 4 tee options. I do believe we are playing off the blue tee options because that's the yardage that is being released for the TGC tournament design contest, which SindreRev has touched upon. So if we're ready, guys, we'll just ready up and get right into this one. Really looking forward to this one. Like I say, the first time I came across this man's work was Hell Ridge, and I'm sure, like you guys were, I was absolutely blown away. That's one of the best courses I've played. The elevation drops were crazy.
Thank you,
so
man.
what's your inspiration behind this course then?
I made this course called Crystal Park Championship, and that was I would say that was my first more realistic kind of course. So I knew this was a championship course, so it had to be somewhat realistic. So I wanted to make a course that was, I don't know, I focused a lot on playability for sure. And I wanted to do some elevation, of course, because there was certain required elements we had to pick, and one of them was a hole with elevation equal to or greater than 125 feet. So I had to get that one in for sure.
Well, we're on hole 1 here, which is a par 4 playing 430 yards, and what a beautiful looking open hole this is, Sindre. Absolute fantastic.
Yeah, so this hole is it's a pretty easy opening hole, I would say. It plays pretty short, but got to be careful about the bunkers on the right hand side.
Yeah, just notice on that there. Yeah, great tee shot from your cell there.
Thank you. And you got some OB on the right hand side and left hand side, but you gotta hit a pretty bad swing to catch those.
Yeah, I've got my swing feedback turned off, so I've either put it fast on it or pulled it slightly left, but I'm just in the heavy rough here, which is actually quite penalising. 13 yards. But why you are a huge fan of your elevation gains and changes, aren't you, mate? It's fantastic. That's a great shot there as well from Sindre. Wow, man, absolutely dialed into that.
So the first hole, like I said, it's pretty relatively easy, and then we're coming into the second hole. That's going to be a long par 3, and the course play is fairly short. So, but I had to get some challenges in there and some ugly hazards. That's a nice one.
Yeah, well, I found a bunker for my approach shot in that heavy rough, and just looking to walk away with a par save here. But the green speeds are 173.
Yes, and the terrain firmness are that is pretty firm all the way.
Looking forward to the challenge. So hole number 2 is a par 3 playing 239 yards.
So this one, actually, I just built the green complex out of the macro sculpting I did. Because when I start off a course, I usually do a lot of macro sculpting first, and then I just try to search for possible holes. So I think this turned out pretty nice.
This looks a fantastic hole, this one. Wow, man, honestly. Absolute beautiful, bud. Really like it. That 2 bunkers as well. I mean, you see a lot of designers that just throw bunkers in there that aren't in play, but you're certainly not one of these guys, Sindre. These bunkers are certainly in play, and you're gonna have to play a good
So
shot
the
to
thing,
avoid the both of them.
oh, me too. Oh, that's. So the thing here, once the once the pin is on the left-hand side, you just have to pick a spot on the green and just let the ball roll, because it's pretty undulated, the green. So,
Yeah,
but it's a hard shot.
I'm long and left here, just like you say. I think I've pulled that slightly there. Or I'm putting fast on things, but
Yeah.
I've just failed
Oh, this is going.
to hold the green there. But it's probably worked out to my advantage. Certainly a challenging hole there. If you're left, you're in trouble with that flag.
Yes.
Sindri gets in for his par save.
Yeah.
I'm just looking to get this flop shot close. We're going to get a bit of spin. It's long once again.
So like I said, I usually like the idea for this course was like I said, some similarities with Crystal Park, but I wanted to. I started off with, like I said, some macro sculpting, and then I just figured out lake would fit.
Yeah.
And then I just, and as we're going to see later on, is that the front nine is going from the top and to the lake and then back up, and the same with the back nine. So back to the lake and then back up,
Oh,
down to the lake and then back
really
up.
like that. I really like that.
So yeah, so I focus on the routing as well.
That is fantastic. I like the idea of that. But hole number 3, guys, a long par 4 playing 507 yards. Massive elevation drop there. But wow, what another fantastic looking hole.
So this one actually is one of the required elements of 125 feet or greater, and as well as the blind tee shot, as you can see.
Yeah.
And so the thing is, when you're like making a blind tee shot, you want to have a wide fairway. I think I pulled that off okay.
Yeah, you've certainly, yeah, you're bang on there. I mean, the fairway's ideal, and it's quite unforgiving as well. The way you've sloped it, it means the ball's certainly going to hold on to the fairway if you do land on it. But I love the elevation drop into the lake. That is absolute spectacular with the green just elevated above it. Absolute phenomenal.
So the thing here, it's a fairly long par 4, but like you said, the elevation makes it a lot shorter. And the roll for sure.
So we are on a severe down slope here as well. It is always hard to gauge this accurately, how much yardage this slope will add on to the ball. Looks like Sindri's absolutely dialed into that one there. I'm just going to be a touch long there. But do you play quite often yourself, Sindri, or are you more into the designing, or both?
I do play quite often, I must say.
Yeah, you can see that, mate. You're a very accomplished player.
I'm in the TGC Euro Tour. So
okay,
I actually got second place last week, so I was pretty stoked.
Oh, congratulations, mate. That's a good achievement. Really good. Well, the pressure's on because I've not lost to a designer yet on this, so but it looks like this could be my first defeat.
I've played this course a tons of times as well, so you got an excuse.
No, fantastic. No, I love the challenge, but I'm just struggling to get dialed into the pins at the moment. We do pick up another boring par for me, and Sindri moves on to 2 under par. But what if... Oh, no, you only got par there. I thought you picked up your birdie.
Yeah, I only got par. No, I missed the birdie.
So, wow, look at this, guys. Our second par 3, hole 4, playing 166 yards. Absolute stunning views of the lake once again.
So this one is this is a whole. I wanted to do something with the retaining wall, of course, because it's a lake and I got a lot of retaining wall in the scores. And Crystal Park had some retaining walls, but they were pretty bad. So I focused a lot on retaining walls on this course.
Yeah, you can see that, and you've done an absolute fantastic job with that as well. I mean, your sculpting is really second to none. I mean, you're really in trouble here. You've got bunkers to the left, water to the right, water if you're long as well. I'm just going to try and use the contours of the green here.
Yes,
and,
that's the thing.
And take this ball back. Look at that. Sindri's absolutely dialed in. Let's see if we can join him. It looks like we've played two fantastic approach shots there. Sindri
Oh,
knocks in his
that's a
birdie
great
as
shot.
well. But what a
So,
fantastic few early holes here.
thank you. So the last time I only used one retaining wall for all the retaining walls, like one layer. But like Eric Nesbitt and a lot of other guys are like have done some really good looking retaining walls, and I want to
Yeah.
do like some similar.
So
Uh,
you've studied their work and tried to replicate it on this course here, have you?
Yeah, not necessarily replicate, but yeah, like
Put
you
your
could
own
say
touch on
someone.
it.
Retaining.
Yeah, you've used
Yeah,
it
of course, of course.
for a guide. So
Yes.
how long did this course actually take you to design then?
This this was definitely the most time consuming course I've ever did, I think. I would say about 150 hours.
Wow, man, that certainly is time consuming.
So and it's a pain in the ass designing in PS4 because it's really slow, especially when you're doing a lot of retaining walls.
Yeah.
So on this hole actually, there's a shortcut on
Yeah, I'm
your
seeing
right.
it in between the
if
two
you did.
trees.
Yes. So this all depends on the wind, of course, and what tee we are playing. But now let's see.
I'm taking on the shortcut anyway. That wind's not moving me enough. I think I'm going to be
Oh, the
bunkered.
bunker is sketchy, please.
Oh, I'm going to kick out.
Oh, you
Wow,
got it.
I've got a members bounce there. I got a members bounce and we've kicked right into the fairway. Very fortunate. But honestly, mate, I love the look of this course. It's absolutely spectacular. Just the lake is sublime. It just really comes together with the
Thank you
rest
so
of
much.
the course.
Oh.
Once again, these bunkers are certainly in play.
And I tried to make like my like Crystal Park. There is this the 17th hole. It's a par 3 and it's 203 yards, I think.
Yeah.
And the green is so small and it's so like you can't miss, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I tried to make the greens a bit bigger and more forgiving, I would say. Because this is meant for CC guys on the TGCTours. So I want to be a bit mild on some of them.
Yeah, well, I think you're right to have the larger greens here, mate, because like you say, you've got so many hazards in and around the green that it gives you a bit of reward if you're taking on the riskier shot.
Yeah, so like in general, on this course there's a lot of small greens, but I tried to like balance it. So if it's a tight fairway, I wanted to make it an easier green and, the other way around.
Yes, totally get you, mate. But we do move on to hole number 6, which is a relatively short par 5, playing 506 yards. But once again, honestly, I'm lost for words here with the beauty of this course. It is fantastic.
Thank you, man. So this hole, I want to make like something tricky, I guess, because it's a really short par 5. But if you don't make the second fairway, it's a 2-wood in. So this all depends on the wind, and it's like a complete risk reward.
Yeah, I don't think we can make that over. It's going to be close. I'm looking at a shot off the rock here, but I think that's a bit risky. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I have to club down to probably the 2-iron here for me.
Yeah, I did that as well.
Just applied a touch of loft there to make sure we don't run out of fairway, but wow, this really is a fantastic looking course. So how long have you been designing courses for?
So I got this game 8 months ago, I think. So I just straight away started designing. But yeah, I've only been designing for 7-8 months.
Wow,
so
man! In that space of time, how many courses? I think it's about 6 or 7 courses, is it?
Yes, 6 or 7 courses now. So I like to work pretty fast. So and if you get hooked, you're just gonna design really fast. So on this one, it was a bit different because this is a contest, and I had to make sure everything is right,
Yeah.
But I haven't designed that long. But I've always been interested in graphic design, I've been I'm skateboarding as well, so I've been designing skate parks, and like I have this software program called SketchUp where you can design like buildings and other stuff. I've always been into like designing.
Well, you can certainly see that it pays off here with your talented courses that you're designing. So is this the first course that you have entered into any of the TGC Tours design competitions?
Yes, it is. This is the first one, and I'm also doing the Dream Team competition or contest as well, with Justin Chantres. So the thing is, I had to do maybe 3, 4, 5 different themes before I was confident on going into a contest.
Yeah.
Because I want to be like somewhat confident that I could win. I don't know. It's definitely exciting to be in a contest.
It must be, mate. I mean, you've certainly got the talents to go and win an event. I've not seen any of the other courses yet. I'm aware that Jim Jem's uploaded a few of them, but I will get round to playing a few of these courses. But yeah, you've certainly got the ability to go and compete at this high quality level.
Hopefully there's a lot of like great designers in all of TGC's contests, and it's a fun thing, you know. It's not only about like winning and always, but of course it's a plus to win.
Yeah, but it must be great to get feedback from all these guys that play your courses as well, mate, you know, in this prestigious events, and it can only help you going forward. You know, I know a lot of designers can't take on constructive criticism, but it's at the end of the day, it's to help you guys out, you know. But this is why I'm doing this series, mate, is to give something back to you guys, because without you guys, mate, this game would probably be dead in the water by now.
Yeah, like you said, there's like so many great courses and designers, and the game would totally be dead. And yeah, you could get pretty tired of the PGA tour.
Oh yeah, there's only so much you can put up with that. I think it was a great approach shot there from myself. But yeah, this really is a fantastic course. I'm absolutely blown away by just the views. The playability is fantastic as well. Like you say, it plays like a championship course. It really, really does.
Thank you. But like I said, you have to design for the fun and for yourself, because if you only design for other people, it could get really boring. And you have to, like Hell's Ridge, for instance, that was a completely fantasy course.
Yeah.
But I thought it was really fun to make, and that's probably the most fun course I've ever made.
It's probably the funnest fantasy course I've played, but at the same time challenging. I was absolutely blown away the first time I played that course. I knew nothing of your work. I think we spoke off air that was only your second design ever.
Yes. Yeah, that was my second course.
for you to come out with that quality and level of work, mate, I'm just blown away. But we do move on to another short par 5 here, playing 498 yards. Looks like it's uphill elevation gain this time.
So this one is also a required element, the same as the last one. Just this is 127 feet. This is the second shot can play real tricky, because you have to club up for sure. Because it's the second shot is still 60 feet up.
Yeah.
And sometimes it could be a smart thing to lay up here, but
I'm really in between clubs here. I think my 2-wood is probably going to be too long. My 2-iron, I'm just going to deal off this and try and sting it up the slope, mate.
I think I'll go for it. Ooh.
Don't know if I've got the height. No, I'm going to be in the water. Yeah, I did not even notice that was a water hazard, I'll be honest, I didn't. So there you go, guys, beware of that sneaky water hazard that SindreRev's put in there, because it's going to catch you out. I honestly did not notice that water hazard.
There's a river floating down towards the lake.
Fantastic addition there, mate. I really love that. I really love it. And like you say, it's all about risk-reward. I just
Yes.
didn't have the club in my bag to attack. I should have done exactly what the designer said and laid up there. Just looking to get this flop shot close. I think I've came up a bit short there. I'm definitely going to be dropping a shot here at least.
It's fun to do a short par 5 and it's still difficult, you know?
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Oh, I managed to get the par there. That's a great recovery for the par save there then. So, I mean, we've talked about you've talked about it before. You've kind of briefly mentioned it, but prior to going into the designer mode, do you like sketch or draw out your course before entering the designer mode, or do you do it purely from feel when you're out there?
Yes, I never sketch anything. I usually have a concept in mind and then just go straight into designer and start macro sculpting and measuring out some stuff.
Yeah.
But I'll use some. I think a lot of designers are using like pictures of other golf courses for inspiration, but I'm using more photos of landscapes for inspiration.
Right.
So I can. You get, yeah. So I kind of want, like, you gotta have a theme. So I want like a landscape feel, and then I just can search for the holes after I've done the macro sculpting. And I usually do some lighting first, because I want to set the light right for the first 3-4 holes and the last 3-4 holes.
Right.
And then I start out with measuring out the couple of 3 for first holes, and then usually just go with the flow.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I totally understand what you're talking about there. I mean, what's the very first thing that goes through your head? Do you pick the theme, or if you've got a style of course that you want to go mind, or what's the very first thing that you pick for your course?
So, actually, this that depends. This one I started in the harvest theme, but after a couple of holes, I figured there was some rocks and trees. They did have an autumn theme that they don't have in the harvest theme, so I switched.
Right.
Because I wanted to have like a certain rock style. You'll see that later as well. You know, when I got a concept, I just kind of know what theme that matches, and I'll just start off, and yeah, like you said, I just pick a theme and then just go from there.
That's great to know. I mean, because I think only one of the designers so far has said he plans everything out, he sketches his holes, then he duplicates that from the paper onto the designer mode. But I mean, I'm no designer, but it's something certainly I would probably do, the kind of person I am. But it's great to learn everyone's different methods. But wow, look at hole 10, par 4, playing 436 yards. This is just a beautiful looking course.
Thank you. So this hole, I'm not sure if it's a signature hole, but it's definitely up there. It is drivable in certain conditions, and it's some elevation, so you just probably want to go down to the 2-wood and just follow the slope. But the planting here, took a lot of time.
I was going to say, mate, wow, you're planting. This must have took about 6 hours at least to do this hole, did it?
Yeah, so I don't like start at one hole and then finish one hole. I start just routing all the holes, so then I lay down the fairway and greens on most of the holes.
Yeah.
And then I just do... And then I always do the planting in the end, because I just want to route the whole thing first and lay down the fairways, and then I can just... You have to have a theme for the planting, so hole 1 is not a different planting style than hole 10.
Yeah, I totally understand.
So, let's see here. Yeah, so, the planting style here is inspired from Crystal Park, but it's taken much further, and I've done a lot more planting on this one. But
Yeah,
it's
you can see it's similar. Maybe I would say this one's a lot more advanced, and like you say,
mhm.
you've certainly planted a lot more things into the course than the Crystal Lake.
So, and as well, like West Coast, GC Norway, and Majesty Island. That was my two last courses. Um, I kind of have figured out a kind of a own planning style, but I do like catch or other designers that do something good. I like to, get
Yeah.
inspired.
So, is there just while we're on that theme, is there any designers out there who you really look up to and who inspires you to design?
Yeah, of course. When it started off, it was all about Arctic Fury
Yeah.
and Andre or Chrissy Canuck. The thing was, I actually it's a funny story because I actually caught Andre's videos on YouTube, the tutorial videos, and everybody's watching. You should just go watch them because they're great. After I watched the videos, I bought a PlayStation, I bought the game, and just started designing right away. So he's gonna have a lot of credit.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
Crazy Canuck basically got you into the game and made you go out and buy a
Yes.
PlayStation. Yes, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Artful Dodger touched upon Crazy Canuck as well, guys. So if you are into designing things, please go and check out his YouTube channel. It is Crazy Canuck. I'm sure he needs no introduction, but it's great to hear that guys like that are inspiring people to go out and not only buy the game, but to get out there designing. I mean, I've had compliments myself that people have only bought the game due to myself playing it, and it's such a great feeling, and I'm sure Crazy Canuck will appreciate your thoughts on that.
Yeah. So, like nowadays, I have got a lot of credit for, or not a credit, but really good feedback for my courses. So I would say I more compare myself to them. Maybe
You're
not
certainly
look
in the
up to.
bracket with these guys. Honestly, mate, you really are. You're like I say, I'm delighted you're on the Meet the Designer, because you're certainly one of the designers I hold in such high regard, and I'm delighted to have
I appreciate that.
you're certainly in these guys' brackets, mate. You really are. And like I say, I was shocked to find out that Hell's Ridge was only your second um, course that you designed. I didn't know what to say when he actually said that to me off camera, guys. I was blown away.
Oh. Yeah. So I did this course called Royal Pacific Island, and that was more a course that I can just experiment with, get to know the tools, get to know all the brushes, get to know like how to build retaining walls, how to plant, get a plant style, and try a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I got quite confident on that pretty early, I would say. And then Hell's Ridge, I just wanted to go full on fantasy and make this like absurd course.
Well, you
So-
certainly achieved that with that course, mate. That course just, honestly, that course just blew me out the water the first time I stumbled across it.
So a lot of people laugh about that course, and that's totally fine because it's a hilarious course. But and after that, I designed the Devil's Creek, and that was more of a, I would say, more polished version of Hell's Ridge. I'm not sure if you played that one.
No, I've
But,
not actually got round to playing that one.
No, so yeah. Anyways, this is hole 12, part 3, 181 yards, and I got a little funky here with the retaining walls. So like you see, it's a kind of an island green on top of a bunker retaining wall thing. So I laid down a whole bunker around the green, just like a two-tiered complex.
Yeah. I mean, it's stunning, mate. And like I say, your sculpting is just fantastic, and these retaining walls are. I mean, is it quite hard to achieve the look you've got here with the retaining walls? Is it really hard to pull off these retaining walls to this standard?
Like, it takes, you have to like use a lot of time on retaining walls for sure.
Yeah,
But
very time
when you
consuming.
first got but when you first got the technique, it's super easy. Just like you said, it's really time consuming, because it's 3 layers all the way, and yeah. it's not really difficult to make, but the hardest part is actually sculpting around the retaining walls, because it's easy to get some ground like sticking out of the retaining wall,
Yeah.
but so you have to like clean up, and yeah, time consuming, like you said.
But no, what a
Oh, you hold it.
fantastic par 3 this is. I just love the bridge as well, taking us over to the next hole. This is truly a spectacular course, and I really hope you all the best with this design contest, mate. Because I tell you what, I've not seen any yet, but I'm going to tell you something right now. There's going to be a tough course to beat for playability and visual looks. I mean, I don't really know how the guys award it or what they gauge a course on, but this course has got everything.
Thank you, man. You know, playability is really important, and of course the aesthetics as well. But I think you know, there's so many great designers, and we're just only halfway there. I think it's only been 12 or 13 people release their course.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be exciting to see what the other guys are coming up with.
And do you think
So,
releasing
yeah.
your course is strategic? Like, or if guys, right, you've got to release your course number 1, you've got to release your number 2, or can you just decide when you release your course?
You can definitely decide yourself. I'm not sure if it's really. You could, I don't know. You could count it as a strategic move, but I think like some people just wanted to get over it and just release the first day. And if you're the first course releasing, you probably would get a lot of plays.
Yeah.
But I'm fine. Yeah. So but I think. I don't think it mattered that much. Like the last contest, Brian Petty, he released the Cypress Dunes really early, I think, and Logan's course, the Susquehannock, that one actually.
Yeah, that was a fantastic
released.
course.
Yeah, that's a great course, and he's a top-notch designer, and you get the realistic feel so well. Yeah, so this hole is it's I would say mid-length par 5.
This one appears to be heading for the rough.
It's a big fairway and a lot of options for sure.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I intentionally went into the bunker there because, like I say, I've got my lie grid turned off. I'm not sure what I'm on, but I've intentionally played into the bunker there, and I'm looking to flop this out. I felt it was the best option because the green is sloping back towards me, so if I am long here, it should hold up. Get up, get up. Oh, I didn't have enough legs in that. Nice birdie there from you.
Thank you. So I tried I tried to make the par 5s more undulating, the greens especially, because some of them are short. And it might get like easy to hit it in 2, but the greens are pretty small on the par 5s, some of them at least.
Yeah, there's certainly, I know what you're saying, some of them are short, but there's really a challenging element to these par 5s because I think we've only managed to birdie 2 of them, or one of them actually, because I've just failed to birdie this one here.
Nice putt. We're in the
Oh, there we go. So yes, now we're going back up. This is 14.
par 4 here.
This is playing fairly short as well, but now we're starting we're going towards the finishing holes.
Yeah.
So, and here's another river as well floating down towards the lake.
I was just going to touch upon your waterfall there. That's fantastic with the river coming down back into the lake.
Yeah, so the thing is, you got 2 different waterfalls you can apply in the designer. There's the one called High Falls, and the only one I use is the Low Falls. And the only reason is because it takes nearly 0 space in the plant meter bar, and it's easy that the game lags when you use a lot of waterfalls. So I just figured the Low Falls was. Yeah, actually worked out pretty fine.
It really suits the course, to be honest, mate. I mean, that is just a lovely feature, and I just love your bridge work here as well. It's fantastic. You've really nailed the feel to this course.
Thank you.
Let's see, it's going to loft up a touch.
Oh, I got it fast.
It's going to come up a little
And
bit
this
short.
is kind of the same. It's a short hole and it's a small green.
Okay, looks like about 18 feet from here.
I don't know if designers do this intentionally, but I just feel like I'm really in between clubs here for most approach shots into the greens here, Sindri. Is that something you guys look to achieve, or is that just luck when it comes out with the yardage?
I think maybe some guys do, but I don't. Like, of course, I usually want to keep it fair, so I want to, I don't know.
To the hole here.
I would say it's, from my perspective, it's not intentionally
No.
intentional, but you know, on the tee shots you have to move the tee a bit, but the second shot I don't really consider that much.
No, it's great to get your guys' thoughts. So we do move on to the final par 5 here, I do believe, and it is playing 533 yards.
Yes, so this took a hell of a long, sorry, a really long time to make.
Yeah, a lot of planting involved here.
Yeah, and the river floating down all the way. And this is also a required element. So this is a hole with no bunkers. So we had to make 2 holes with 0 bunkers, and this is one of them.
Right. Is that for the plant meter?
No. That's for like the required elements we had to choose for the contest.
Oh,
'Cause you
right,
had to do,
okay.
like,
So
yeah,
they
yeah.
actually give you stipulations?
Yes, you had to choose 3 required elements. So one of them were, like I said, 125 feet or greater, and one of them is 0 bunkers on 2 holes, and the blind tee shot is a requirement. And I think there were about, I'm not sure, 8 or 10 required elements you can choose from.
Wow, I never knew that. So there you go, guys. It's great to get these insights from top designers like Sindre and what they have to do to enter these competitions. It's fantastic. It really, really is. And I just love this river that flows all the way through this hole here. That must have took a long, long time to do from start to finish.
Yes, it did. And you know, I think I rebuilt this hole, I don't know, 5 or 6 times.
Wow.
I usually rebuild holes because when like I said, I'm starting off with riding the holes, and if I'm not getting the feel, I just, you know, delete the whole thing and just start again.
Yeah.
You know, clear your mind, because it's easy to get you know, the famous design block.
Yeah, I mean, we touched upon that with the previous designer, Kirsch, and he says it's so like what you would refer to as writer's block. He says it's amazing how your mind can just go blank at times, and he says it's so frustrating.
Yes, totally. So usually when I'm into a design block, I'm just, I don't know, turning off the game, just do something else, go to the gym, or just go hang out, and then just come back like a day later. Yes, and yeah, switch off, and then you know, just the next day, it's you feel it, you know, so just
just have a little break, have a little rest, and put it out your mind.
Yes. And it was pretty exciting as well to have certain requirements we have to like design, because I won't say it was restrictions, it was more opportunities, because you have to like challenge yourself.
Yeah.
And yes, this one is a drivable par 4. So that's also a required element. It's the shortest par 4, and it's not easy to hold this green because it's sloping away from all the edges.
I tell you what, if that comes off the green, mate, that's going all the way down the fairway as well. I like the way you've done that. Let's have a look at this. So it clearly is drivable, guys, and we've got a favourable wind. I think I'm going to be too long here. And I don't think the 2 wood gets here. I'm going to have to fully loft up this driver. I think it's going to be hard to hold this.
I think I'm out of bounds. Ooh. Yes.
I'm looking at this bunker. I might just be going for the bunker here, to be honest. Smart play.
So this is a trick one because it's the 16 and you can really mess up.
Yeah. I'm just trying to use this bunker. Yeah, I've managed to go to the bunker. I think that's a smart play and leave myself a little flop shot out.
My second shot was perfect.
Oh,
But it was
wow.
the first one was out.
Wow,
That was
an
out of
amazing
bounds.
shot. That's almost
Okay.
in.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is. That was close.
What an approach shot. Oh, I've went long there. How on earth have I went as long as that?
So this all can be a really pain in the ass if
Oh
you're not
no,
precise.
stop! Oh wow, the light rough held me up there, mate, or that ball was way down there.
So the trick here is, like, I usually play aggressive, and because that's a fun thing, you know. You want to play aggressive because
Yeah.
that's more fun. But the thing here is, you want to lay up with the 2-iron and then have a wedge in,
Yeah,
or yeah,
That was a fine.
I
then you
managed to
can easily save a birdie.
chip that.
Oh,
in
yeah,
for
yeah,
a
chip
birdie
that in,
there anyway.
yeah.
Just chip it in like that. So I've got one more question for you, Sindri, before we touch upon the 17th here, and it is one that's got nothing related to golf, but it's one that subscribers and Twitter followers keep asking me and it's going to be a question for all of you guys. Is what is your favourite cheese?
I think actually Manchego cheese from Spain.
Yes, I know the exact cheese you're on
yeah.
about.
Yeah, it's really good with because you could have some meat with it and some bread, and I like that cheese, and yeah, I think I would pick that one.
Yeah, I
won't
know
say
the
it's-
cheese you're on about. I've actually had that a few times out in Spain.
Yeah.
But this is a beautiful looking par 3 once again. Once again, I'm really in between clubs here with this
Yeah,
elevation
so
drop.
this is also a bunkerless hole as one of the required elements.
Yeah,
Oh no.
I've a club down enough in this. I don't
Oh,
think
I'm
I
too
have.
short.
I'm going to come up short as well, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
In fact, we do have one more question actually. I did tell a lie. What is your one tip to other designers? If you could give any designer experience new, what is your one tip that you swear by that can make designing more pleasurable and easy for these guys who are putting in all this time to design these courses?
Yeah, sure. Of course you have to have fun with it, but I don't know. Like a tip, I would say, like what got me going was the Andre's tutorials on YouTube. Actually, he teaches you like all the basic stuff, and then you're free to like just free your creativity, and you can just design whatever you want. And I think you always have to.
7 under.
You have to be yeah. You have to focus on polishing the course, because that makes a huge difference. Because when you polish the course, make sure your transitions is right, sculpting bunkers, and it gets, it gets a certain flow, a nice flow, and I think that's an important thing as well.
So fantastic tips there from Sindre, but wow, I am just gobsmacked with this final hole, guys, and I wouldn't expect anything less. Check out that water feature. Unbelievable. How long did that take?
That took some time. This is actually, I don't think I've seen this before, because I had this idea early on, actually. I wanted to make like a, I don't know what do you call this, but kind of tiered waterfall that's in a half circle or 1/3 of a circle. So you have to, on this one I just put small water bodies and just turn them slowly, one at a one, and then did a retaining wall around them.
It's absolute fantastic, mate. It's blowing me away, but that is just beautiful. It's like a pond coming back down into the lake, and this course is just majestic, guys. Please get out there and play it. I think this is going to be a very tough course to beat on the TGCTours. When that's a bold statement, because there's a lot of talented
Thanks
guys
so much,
out there.
Riley.
But I tell you what, I am absolutely blown away by this course. I would say this is the best course you've designed so far.
Thank you so much. Thanks so
Cindy,
much.
It really is. I think it's just class.
So I'm not gonna I think I also think so, because this is the most time consuming, like I said, and I've been really thorough with polishing and like transitions and making sure every pin is right, and use a lot of time. And that's, I think, if you want to make a great course, you have to spend a lot of time and polish the course.
I always say that when I'm doing course reviews, you know, because you'll get guys who'll spend 15, 20 hours on a course and ask you to go and review it, and, you know, rather spend 150 hours than do 4 courses and just do 1 course, you know, and get a course that's going to be on a finished article like this, because this is just stunning, mate. It really, really is.
Great.
Thank you. So, and like I said, I usually route the 18 as well in the early stages to make sure it's a nice finishing hole. I always do it into the light, so you have like a more contrast and drastic look.
Yeah.
I think that suits fine with 18, and yeah, it worked out in the end.
It's a fantastic course, mate. It's a pleasure to play. I mean, if you actually told me that this was a real course in Bulgaria somewhere, going with the name Lake Sofia, that I would actually believe you. I mean, obviously it's got the fantasy element with all the water features and the waterfalls and things, but it plays
actually,
like a real course.
Thank you. Actually, this usually this course I just did look up some images for sure, but I had to like find a location that suits the theme and the style of the course. And I actually, like, Sofia's the capital in Bulgaria, but that's this course is only called Sofia because of my girlfriend is called Sofia. And I wanted to dedicate the course to her. Yes. So this the theme here is actually Wisconsin in the U.S. Way up north. There's some beautiful lakes, some beautiful mountains, and they got all the oak trees and a lot of similar planting style up there. So in my descriptions later on, it's gonna be from like a Wisconsin, area.
Brilliant! Wow. Well, there we have it, guys. Meet the designer with SindreRev, talented Norwegian designer, and Lake Sofia, which is going to be released for the TGCTours CC competition design. I mean, it's a fantastic course. It's going to get a favourite and a 5-star for me. I would not change one thing about that course. I think it's a majestic course, and I wish you all the best in the competition. And I'm absolutely delighted to have the exclusive on this course. It's a fantastic course, and it's just blown me away. But thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with us on the channel, Sindre. It's been an absolute pleasure, and
thank you. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
But absolute delighted that you stopped out with us, guys. But if you got any future courses, Sindre, please let us know, because the guys and subscribers, I know, like myself, love your work, and we can't wait to showcase it and play it there.
Thank you so much, man.
But that is it for today, guys. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please spam the like button. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And until the next video, I will see you then. Take care, peace out, and love you all. Bye.